We're back here on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. So again, it's 2020. This is the first weekend of the new year. And we all start the new year with excitement, enthusiasm. People join the gym. They're going to do all kinds of stuff. But let's be real. It's already the first weekend, and a lot of folks have already thrown all those things by the wayside. Some folks are back into the funk they were in 2019. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on here to help us figure some of this out, work through it all. Kind of like our resident expert in a lot of ways, Sharice Nance. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. So Sharice is a clinical social worker, and you help us figure some of these things out. And, you know, New Year's Eve, we're all excited. It's the new year. Everything's going to be great. And then a day or two sometimes, we're back into our ruts again.
I think it's exactly what you said. There's a lot of excitement, but that excitement can quickly turn into anxiety and hopelessness if people don't have realistic expectations. And I know when I'll use that word realistic loosely, because we do want to set goals that are attainable and goals that may sound like, wow, you know, you're never going to hit that target, but we do have to be realistic with ourselves. I think sometimes we place these expectations on ourselves, these demands, and we may be peeking into other people's back windows in their yards, seeing what they're doing. And I think a lot of times the answer is in our routine. We already have the answers. If we can look back at things that have worked in 2019, I say the key to success is in your daily routine. So if we're looking at our daily routine and we're finding what has worked with us for us in 2019, why wouldn't we carry that into 2020? Why do we have to go into this new year, new me, if we already have strategies that are working?
So you have some things, they already worked. Just because it's the new year doesn't mean you got to change everything up.
Yeah, let's build off of those things. Let's build off of those things that's enhance them. However, sometimes we may need to do a quick inventory and look at some things that were not working. So if there are some things that were not working, we can leave those in 2019. We can leave those in a decade. But if there are some things that are working, why wouldn't we take that in with us?
Carry them with us. Now, the other thing, when you said looking into other people's backyards,
right?
What I felt like, what I heard you saying was social media.
Yes.
I don't know if that's what you meant or not.
Absolutely.
But I do think we look at other people's lives and feel like,
we do.
Man, it's not my life.
Right, and social media can be a beautiful tool. It could be a really good thing for us, but I think, well, I know there is research that's showing that it can be an addiction. You know, I've used it as a tool to meet some amazing people, to connect with old friends from the past, to build businesses. However, we can fall into scrolling, that mindless scrolling. 2-3 hours easily goes past, and then you're watching other people's accolades and their accomplishments, and maybe you're happy for them, and maybe you're thinking like, well, I'm not doing enough. And then you start shoulding all over yourself. I should be doing more. I should be further along. How come I'm not doing this? I must do that. I have to have this. And then you just kind of start beating yourself up.
And so then we can't walk away from social media.
No.
But we can limit it?
We can limit it. I do think it's necessary. I mean, necessary. We are in the digital age. We're in an age of technology, and it is impairment. Some people use it because that's how they built their business. So I'm not saying, I would never tell somebody to completely get rid of it, especially when it's something that I'm on daily.
However, but you use it, like you have motivational things, and you start the day with something positive.
I have to practice discipline with it, because I have found myself like, oh my God, an hour has been passed and I still need to get stuff done, and I'm on here scrolling and getting into these debates that I have no business getting involved in. I'm a huge sports fan, so I can find myself in some of those debates, and then I have to reel myself back in. And I think it's important for us to practice that discipline. It could be something as simple as setting a timer so that you don't lose yourself in it, because I know a big thing is time management. Just like money, people say, I don't have a lot of time. However, if we do an inventory of our schedules and you're seeing that you are scrolling for 2 hours on social media. Well, 2 hours a day is 7 days. 2 hours a day times 7, that's 14 hours a week. 14 times 4, how much is that per month? So that's the time that you are spending on social
See,
media.
I never broke it down like
Yeah.
that. That's kind of scary.
And even if you cut that in half, you still have a lot of time. Oh, I don't have time, to start a business. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to do this. But if you take some of that time away from social media, we do have time. Just like how we can always find money that we can save, we can find time.
See, here's the problem. You know what? Wait, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Then we're going to come back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell you what the problem is
Okay,
that I
okay,
have.
okay.
We have a lot more to do this morning on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back.